swear to you, you probably have to make at least 6 sales before you even start getting in the green in this business.
And that's where I'm calling a little bit of racket on this. You can't expect, $2,500 by, if you're going black and white, to just legally stay in business, pay your dues and do all of that. It's going to cost you $2,500 a year, but it's going to cost you much more than that to be a successful full-time agent in this business over the course of 12 months. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 110 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
It's 110 for everybody that was wondering what 110 is.
Who? No one's wondering that.
Oh, it's possible.
Nope.
All right, we have some evergreen topics here today. Topics that never die. These two brackets never will die.
Never will die.
Never. All right.
Good thing you have your award thing out in front of you.
I got my trophy.
Your trophy.
That our coach sent to me
Sent
for
to you.
our 100th episode.
Yep, I did not receive one.
Seems like 100 episodes is so long ago. We're only at 110. Did he write? He didn't write anybody's name.
No,
so I should add my name to the bottom of that. All right. Both of these articles off the top are from Inman. Don't hate us. We just where we pulled them from. There wasn't a lot going on, by the way, this week.
There really isn't much going on. But
I'm sure after we record this, something huge will happen. Enormous. We'll talk about it
like
next
in an
week.
hour.
All right. So the first one is the top 10 traits for a good real estate leader. If I can get that out.
You have a hard time.
I had a really hard time. Want to be an exceptional real estate leader? Adopt these 10 traits. Okay. We're going to go through them all. And this is what we're going to do in this racket.
Okay.
You're going to tell me which is the most important, which is the least important, and then I'm going to give you mine.
Ruh-roh.
You've got to go first. All right?
Oh, gosh.
You ready for that?
I feel like I need to jot notes.
Number 1, adopt servant leadership mentality. Do you need a definition or you got that one?
No, I know what that means, but I think you need to explain it to others because when I first read the header.
You think you're smarter than others? You think you got it, but the others don't?
I didn't get it. I had to read it because I did not understand what servant leadership meant.
Servant leadership is about putting employees first and being aware of not just yourself, but of others. It means listening. Nicole, listening.
I'm a great listener.
Great listener. One of the best. All right. Number 2, motivate and inspire. Mm-hmm. You got that one? Definition? No?
Yeah, but in that one they do say it's much deeper than like rah-rah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motivate and inspire.
Yep.
Not on a surface level.
Right.
Foster growth. Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Yep.
Got that one?
Yep.
Making an environment that is rewarding and all that. Number 4, be accessible and follow up. Mm-hmm. So you as the leader need to follow up with your staff and agents in this case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, encourage idea sharing and exchange of information. So encourage a mastermind-like environment.
Well, that's the whole reason you're on a team. Like if you're on a team, right?
And your eyes been twitching for 3 weeks. I feel like I just had a little twitch there. I'm catching a twitch.
It's like the corona. It's the corona.
The eye twitch can just jump over. Jeez.
We touched eyes.
All right. Number 6, cultivate ethics and integrity.
Good one.
Integrity, one of our core values for One & Company at William Ravis. Number 7, practice transparency. So
interesting one.
Effective leaders recognize the importance of being transparent through the good and the bad. So make a tough decision, something's not going right, or something's going fantastic. You are the same level, you're providing the same level of transparency throughout all those situations. Number 8, be a coach and a teacher. Be a coach and a teacher.
That's a good one.
People learn best with teachers that are holding them accountable, not helpers who are just spoon feeding them, right? So be a coach and a teacher. Think about your high school coaches. They didn't spoon feed you, did they?
No.
No? You probably had some coaches over there.
If you ask my husband, I didn't play any sports in high school.
You didn't?
So.
I thought you swam. That's not a sport, is it?
Wow.
That's definitely a sport. Sorry for all the swimmers. That was really low blow. That was unnecessary.
I mean, that was seriously low blow. I mean, swimming is like the highlight of everybody's Summer Olympics. Are you kidding me?
It's just one of those easy jabs like, oh, you did this. Not a sport, right? That was unnecessary on my part. I apologize. Totally unnecessary. I love swimming. I'm a big time fan of the swim. Love swimmers, swimming.
Oh boy, here we go.
I do. I like swimming. Good stretch.
We get it. On to 9.
Number 9, remain calm through the storm. There's going to be storms. Dynamic leaders have the ability to remain remarkably calm through the storms of not only business, but life, because you're going to, as a leader, you're going to deal with other people's life issues.
Right.
Okay. Number 10, embrace change. The only thing that is constant in life and business is change. All right. So Nicole, you want any recap here?
No, I'm good. So I think my number one,
most important
would be number one.
Ooh, you're going to number one.
I am.
Adopt servant leadership mentality.
Because I do think that number one sort of encompasses all of them, right? If you're constantly putting your team first, there is going to be the transparency, there is going to be the support, there is going to be, I feel like it can very easily go under that. So I'm going with number one.
Should I give you mine now for most important, then we can do least important?
Yeah, of course.
I wonder if I want to do it the other way, because I want to see if your least important is my most important. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Could be. Yeah. I don't want you changing.
No.
Which one's the least important?
Go.
If you had to rank them all.
I'm ranking. Go. Stop. You're going too fast.
You have your number one.
I'm going to say that one. Number 5. Encourage idea sharing and exchange of information.
Number 5, encourage. So you don't feel like a mastermind environment is. You feel like it's important, but I feel like
it's extremely important, but I feel like there can be sometimes maybe too much sharing where then there's like too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm going mostly off of the front end of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad thing. I feel like I don't need everybody's ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I've got number 10 as the most important.
Which
I want to put that at the top. That is embrace
change.
Change. The only thing that is constant in life is business and change, yet it's the hardest thing for so many, not only leaders, but people throughout organizations to really fully understand, to wrap their mind around, and to practice every single day. Most people are change. Creature of habits. But in order to do anything well, number 1 through 9, you've got to be able to innovate every step of the way. You've got to see something that's working. And as a leader, you got to say, how do I make it better? Whether that's making a tough decision on whether to keep somebody, let somebody go, promote somebody, bring somebody on board, whether that's just taking a process, ripping it down to shreds. I think Jeff Bezos said multiple times, at Amazon every single day, we think like a startup. If you're embracing change in your company, in your organization, in your team, as a leader, you're thinking like a startup every single day. Things can be working beautifully, but in a year, 2 years, in a month even, things could change quickly. Things can blow up in your face. And if you're not ready to innovate, change, take a turn, the snap of the fingers, you will be dead as a leader, and you won't even be able to act on 1 through 9. So number 10 for me is embrace change. Nicole, I love to change stuff all the time.
All the time. I mean, sometimes things are changed and I didn't even know that they got changed.
Well, sometimes that's true. I can't deny that, but eventually you do find out.
Eventually I do find out. Maybe it's on my calendar or,
all right, so
Nicole, where were you?
I actually think the least important, I think this one's going to be surprising for you. It's number 2.
Which is?
It's motivate and inspire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're just not a rah-rah type of guy. You'd rather coach people, and then you're not a rah-rah.
I'm not a rah-rah kind of guy, because to me,
you just don't like making your agent soft.
We set the expectations of this is how we're going to operate. For us, with our team, our local team here in Connecticut, we're going to be the hardest working team for ourselves, for our clients, and for our families, right? We're going to get better every single day. We're going to, what I talked about in the 5 a.m. call this morning, the Kaizen approach. We're going to have a process. We're going to start processing what that means, getting better every single day.
I do think that you are good, though, at acknowledging big moments in people's careers, but I don't think that they need a rah-rah if they cleaned their cup and put it back in the cabinet.
Well, I think
although maybe they do.
I think rah-rah is important, and pointing maybe people, identifying when somebody on the team has a need for motivation and maybe pointing them in the right direction. It may not come from me, but it may come from a video from Tom Ferry, or it may come from an old clip from Jim Rohn or something like that, where you can provide them that 15-minute piece that they need to get remotivated. Right.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah, coming around with the pom-poms, that
would be fun.
Not for me. So
we should have that on the wall. Pom-poms kind of go with rackets.
Pom-poms and rackets. But we didn't have any conflicting there, so that was good. That was good news.
No.
They're all important, by the way. That's not a racket, that list.
The whole list is good.
Who did that list here? We can find out. We've linked it up. If you're on YouTube, they're all linked up. Kara, Amir, and good list, yeah.
Looks like Amber from over here.
No. I had it right. Nailed another name here on the real word. All right, racket number 2. What costs should a new real estate agent expect coming into the business? You read the article?
I did read the article.
You did read the article. What's the advice you would give a new agent? What should you expect? You're coming into the business. You're excited about doing it. You just did the class. What costs should a new agent expect?
I feel like my number is always like $2,500. Does that make sense?
That's what they kind of boiled down to in this article. They said, I
don't think they gave a number. Oh, they did.
They did.
Oh, interesting.
It costs
maybe
somewhere
I didn't read it completely.
just to be in business. Just to be in business. I think that's where you're going with that.
Yes.
Just to be in business.
Day one. So
legally.
I actually, when I got into real estate, I had to take a loan out from my father to actually just get into real estate. So
couple thousand.
Yep. Because again, I had no idea that there was like a $500 like board.
Is that why he came to the event? He was collecting the other night. He's like, at least I can get some free wine,
right? I mean, whatever it takes. Yeah. So, I mean, I had no idea, because again, you're thinking you take the class, you get your license, and I mean, the article really does a nice job of explaining how it is a little misleading, thinking that you can just get into it, and unfortunately, at least where I took my class, they don't go over the fees or the things that are overly necessary. I almost wish some of the teachers would have talked some of those people out of it, because I think that there's probably only, of the people in my class, maybe 2 people still in it.
There's a lot of comments on this particular article, and actually one of the comments is from an individual locally to us who runs a class, and she was very upfront in the comments saying, I'm putting all this information out there, the cost,
and it's smart of her. It's super smart of her. I think though that
she's trying to reduce the failure rate.
But I also think though that there's also whether they're yes, you don't want them to fail,
which is why you set the expectations high up front. They should be set high. It's a very tough business. It's a 9 out of 10 failure rate.
Absolutely.
And so they boiled down, to your point, to stay in business, $2,000 to $3,000, depending on what your local MLS dues are, and what the class the class to get your license, how much that's going to be locally. Usually it's around $500 for the NAR, $500 for your MLS, somewhere in there.
Well, and it's so funny. So when I got into real estate, I had a BlackBerry, and I don't even think I actually had a BlackBerry. I think I still had like my Nokia. You had like a color, like a covered case.
Sure.
And I remember talking to my managers, asking if I needed a BlackBerry, should I get a BlackBerry? Because what I ended up finding myself doing was constantly like hopping on like my little laptop that I had, checking emails, because it's like that was how the business was coming. And she's like, no, Nicole, like don't waste your money on any, like you're fine with the phone that you have. But again, I mean, granted, everybody has smartphones now, but that's such an important part of the business too. Like all of those additional like accessories outside of just the board dues.
I mean, certainly now everybody coming in has an iPhone or a smartphone. Absolutely.
Well, but again, it does mention like gas. Like, man, the amount of places you're driving around. I mean, I swear to you probably have to make at least 6 sales before you even start getting in the green in this business.
And that's where I'm calling a little bit of racket on this. You can't expect, $2,500 if you're going black and white to just legally stay in business, pay your dues, and do all of that. It's going to cost you $2,500 a year, but it's going to cost you much more than that to be a successful full-time agent in this business over the course of 12 months. Gas just to get to the increase in locations that you're going to have to be going to. Get a listing. What do you got to do? You got to do a lockbox. 100% of listings.
Showings, your
100% of listings should have professional photography.
Right.
So if you are not affiliated with a team that's going to provide professional photography up front, and that's never mind talking about video.
And God forbid the thing doesn't sell, and then you're just out the money.
Or any of that stuff. As an individual new agent, you should be at least investing for your clients just for the sake of doing the minimum standard. When you take a listing and put it on Zillow or wherever you're putting it on, you sure as heck better be investing in professional photography for that seller. But you should also be doing video. You should also be promoting that video. You should also be possibly promoting yourself if you're trying to grow awareness, right? You should probably realistically I'll throw a number out there. If you're a new agent, you should probably be able to have, they talk about the 3 to 6 month nest egg. 6 months is a safer plan. Having 6 months of life expenses paid for you, whether that's a spouse or savings or however you're going to hack that. But you should probably also have $1,000 budget per month if possible. It's not going to be possible for everybody. Some people are going to have to hack it. But $1,000 as an individual agent that's not leveraging a team is not going to go very far, right? You can barely pick up a well-qualified coach for that.
Right.
Right. And then that means if I'm getting coaching, everything else is grassroots, nothing, boots on the ground rather.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that, but you're going to have to invest a limited amount of resources wisely. I'd go more cautious here and say have more money than the 2 to 3 that gets you in and the 6 months expenses. I'd try to have a budget every single month in my first 12 months and use it to get listings, because that's how you're going to get repeat business going forward, where you have to rely less on how much you're going to spend.
Yeah, I mean, my hope is to start with buyers, though. I mean, I sat at open houses almost every day over the weekend, all day.
Smart, right? Because
I had no money.
Because somebody's got listings.
I had no money.
You can provide great service at an open house for free as a new agent.
Right.
And you can pick up contacts, add them to the database, and then with that smartphone that we know everybody's got coming in, you can follow up in a variety of ways on that lead.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
Thought it was good.
Yeah, pretty good
Curious
stuff.
though, what unexpected things new agents found when they got in the business. Maybe there's, again, I've been in it 10 years. How long have you been in? I'm curious what's happening all now. Maybe they're finding additional things that are happening now that we didn't encounter then. Did you have a smartphone when you got into the business?
I think so. It was 7.5 years ago, 2012.
Yeah, you must have.
2012.
Yeah, again, I
had a smartphone.
the weirdest thing that my manager told me not to get one.
12. I mean, when did you start? 20 years ago?
10.
Oh,
2010.
geez, a lot changed
Again,
in 2.5 years,
I actually missed my BlackBerry, but I had to get rid of it because I didn't get very good internet service from it. Like, it was just strictly email.
Certainly not now. You wouldn't get any service out of it.
I mean, I would go back.
All right. The Marketeer of the week. This was it posted in RETV? Is that where you saw it?
No, Tim
posted in the comments on her post.
No, maybe he did put it in RE. He put it somewhere. Maybe Labco. He put it somewhere.
He put it somewhere. Okay.
He did put it somewhere.
He must have put it in RETV. He's a big RETV guy.
Well,
it's his thing. He's going to push it.
It's his.
It's his thing. He's definitely pushing that.
Yes.
All right. So congrats to the Wolf team. They're out of Jupiter, Florida. And they put together a video. I thought it was hilarious.
It was good.
Lowball disorder. This is
Lowball offer.
Lowball offers. This is the disorder that many people have. And just show them the video. Should we just show it to them? I think we should
just show them the video.
Watch. We're going to show you a clip of the video.
Okay.
Show you a clip of the video. Now, if you want to go see it, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll link up the video as we link everything up. Love to hear your thoughts. Watch Lowball offer now.
Disorder.
The disorder offer now.
That was good.
Have you lost your search drive? Keep getting shot down by seller after seller? Has the spice gone out of your search life? If you're struggling to get your offer up, you may have lowball disorder. I'm Erica with the Wolf Team. Lowball disorder usually begins with a mild case of Zillow fever. Before you know it, you'll be online saving so many homes, people will start a church in your honor.